Hello and welcome back to 4FS Gaming. In this week's Hunt Showdown video, we are going to look at update 1.4.2, which should be coming to PC servers very soon. It's actually up on the test server right now if you want to give it a shot. Now, if you want to read the patch notes, I'll link them below in the description, but I'm not here to read them to you. I actually went in on the test server to see just how impactful some of these changes were, and I'm going to provide a little bit of opinion this time as well. So let's see what's on the menu for Hunt Showdown's next update. So this is again a minor update, and we've had a lot of these recently. It focuses on rebalancing existing content and patching out bugs, but there are some additions in the form of new content as well. Firstly, and this will be the biggest thing for a lot of players, Crytek is adding the first 8 trials for the Lawson Delta map. I played around with a few of these, and of course they are very similar to the existing trials on the Stillwater Bayou, but the majority are wave trials, and there is a sniper trial and 2 parkour trials thrown in. I did find this a tad bit disappointing, as the wave trials were definitely my least favourite format, but most players should be able to smash these out in about an hour or so. If you do manage to get 3 stars in all of the trials, then you will unlock several rewards from Blood Bonds up to Adult Precision, but the final reward is a new legendary Label Talon called the Auger. This is a really nice looking weapon, it's covered in blood, and it's very viable due to recent changes to talon damage and stamina consumption. So I'm looking forward to taking this one out in the swamps. Along with the Auger, there are 4 more legendary items available for Blood Bonds. The Steel Sprung, which is a hand crossbow, which really does raise the aesthetic appeal of this weapon for me. The Rising Sun, our first legendary flare pistol, and I think I'll be taking this one almost every match. I'm pretty reliant on the flare pistol after they introduced those annoying Concertina armors. Then we have the Steel Eye, and that's a spyglass that will probably almost never be selected because spyglass is a very rare choice. And finally the Lemonia's Kit, so that anyone who didn't get to pick up that Huff's kit during the Twitch Drops campaign will have access to at least something until it comes around again. Now let's talk about the balances, starting with traits, and a big focus of this update is on changes to traits. Crytek have stated that they want to make less used traits more viable, and in this patch, Adrenaline, for instance, is getting a pretty big boost. It's now unlocking at rank 1, and instead of triggering at 25 HP, when you get to below 50 HP, you'll get all your stamina back. This means that in those situations when you're out of stamina against a pack of 4 hounds, you have a really good chance of recovery with this trait equipped. If you struggle with hellhounds, you should probably take it. Gator Legs is finally becoming what it should have always been. It will now decrease the movement penalty in deep water and also reduce noise when traversing deep water, but only when crouched. Now this is a really cool trait now that helps both speed and stealth. Although I didn't notice a big change in speed over short distances, when long chases are involved, I'm confident this perk will certainly prove to be a boon. Conduit has also received a buff. It now refills all stamina as well on a trigger, and it will not just trigger on picking up clues, but also when you pick up a bounty token. Previously, Conduit was rendered useless once the banishing starts or once you found the location of the boss. Now it's going to still be useful at any point during the match, at least until you pick up that bounty. Using it to heal in combat to save on meds is now a really viable strategy. Dauntless, which has always been a little bit useless, is still not recommended. They increased the range at which you can defuse explosives from this far to this far. However, using it in combat is still far too risky in my opinion, but the change will help if you're an absolute daredevil. Decoy Supply is stronger now, as it can restore decoy fuses from ammo crates, along with more base decoys as well. If you like using decoy fuses a lot, then this trait is pretty invaluable. It allows you to use them to flush out players, bait, but also do things like destroy lanterns and instantly detonate barrels. Finally, a number of traits have had their costs simply reduced. There is Beast Face, Resilience, and Ghoul, and these are already useful traits, but now they're even just more pickable because of the reduced costs. There is one trait, however, that has received a nerf, and that is Lightfoot. It no longer reduces noise when landing in water as much as it used to, so no more bunny hopping through a stream for silent traversals. The only other nerf in this update is to the Frag Bomb. Again, I expect it to be a strong choice still, but it now has reduced damage at the edge of the explosion and reduced damage behind cover. So hopefully it will be a little bit less stupid now and allow more counterplay if an improperly cooked frag lands near your feet. The only other equipment rebalances were the melee tools. Basically, the heavy knife can now one-shot hellhounds in the head with a light attack, so can the machete, the dusters can one-shot hounds in the head with a heavy attack, and the knuckle knife can 2-tap hounds, grunts, and hives with 2 light attacks to the head. The attempt here is to increase the viability of these other tools in relation to the knife, which has been the dominant melee tool for a very long time, and to be honest, it probably still will be, because after testing these changes, I found that being able to kill a hound in one hit is so invaluable. The knuckle knife still can't do that, and the heavy knife and dusters both need headshots, and we all know how notoriously difficult that can be when you're being rushed by a pack of dogs. They are certainly better now, but I think the knife just still has the edge. It has the longest range, and it makes it easier to kill packs of hounds and players in a pinch. Finally, there are a couple of miscellaneous changes, such as the ability to open and close windows while cooking throwables, and a new extinguish sound effect when a hunter stops burning on the ground. Other than that, there is a long list of bug fixes for animations, audio, and user interface, which should make this update put some polish on the game. I know there's nothing fantastic in this update, but like 1.4 and 1.4.1, this is laying the groundwork for a pretty major drop. My estimation is that customizable ammo types and the new map is just around the corner, and those are things that I am very, very excited for. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe and connect with us in our community Discord, which is linked in the description below. I would like to thank our fantastic Patreon supporters, and also you guys for watching all the way through. I'll catch you next week. This is Ascendance from 4FS Gaming.